family for all these years.
And you had the proof ready for them, right?
More or less, yeah.
Here's the one you were starting with. You have this too, I think. Abraham.
Is this,
Abraham, Rebecca. Abraham was the first one. Abraham was the one who married the Cullen woman from Chrisfield. Okay, got it?
yeah.
Everybody okay?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of Johns.
Yeah.
Show them the picture too.
Yeah, we have most of this. I think the work that we have came from this old Winfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew him.
Did you know him?
And I got his books around here somewhere in the red most.
I think that his work is what we have.
Yeah. I got all that. And we went down to the house at Chrisfield and took pictures of that.
We went down there too. Yeah. And I expect the photographs the same.
Yeah, yeah, Makepeace. And that's as far back as I know anything about.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else knows anything further back than that.
Yeah,
Well, the only thing that I remember is that this man came from Virginia.
Yeah,
That's what I
yeah. And came over to Chrisfield.
She gave us some coffee.
And then they didn't stay there very long before they came up here. Because I'm glad they did. That was low ground.
Dad, I guess.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's why they came up here, get away from the mosquitoes.
Probably what.
Yeah.
People usually made booze for very practical reasons.
Right, right.
So, how many generations did you say have been?
Yeah, my grandson, he's a farmer, but he lived on one of the other farms, but someday he may live here. 13 generations.
13
Or
generations.
like, figure that.
How many acres do you have here?
It's 200, and it started in 1732, it was 200. So we've actually traded a few acres for this, that, and the other, from the other farms around, but it stayed basically 200 acres. There's 100 that's always been right here, but then the others have been traded
Back and forth.
They still stay acre for acre. And I paid taxes on 232 acres for I don't know how many years, and then we had to get a survey done when I put it in land preservation, and I found out I only had 199 acres. So
Get a refund?
No, I went down there, I said, well, you owe me a refund, we got to pay taxes on all this land and all, and they found that I cleared 30 acres of woodland, which made the taxes higher, so I lost money. Been quiet.
It's hard to beat them.
Right.
I remember the time when we first saw you were driving the tractor right out
Yeah,
there somewhere.
Right out front.
Yeah.
She said it's been 10 years ago.
I think it was.
Yeah, Mom said it was 10 years.
Yeah, I was just back there cutting halfway by the mailbox, and here this car drove up.
We were standing there looking and acting pretty bewildered. You came up and offered to sort of unbewilder us.
Well, did you know that you had, when you stopped, did you know that you had found the spot that
Well,
you
yeah,
were
there was a roadside sign about the place out there. I think it's still there, isn't it? About the farm being
Yeah.
the tricentennial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In, what was it, 1976, they did that program?
Bicentennial?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been the bicentennial
Yeah.
year.
And they went up around the whole country and tried to find people that had farms and had been in the same family. And we all went to Baltimore and Washington somewhere and had a kind of a ceremony, got a plaque and.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I think at that time there was only 23 that had turned their
Was that right?
names in.
Well, I observed just from this family here, not too many trices have moved away from here. There's still a lot of trices around
Yeah,
here.
all in Caroline County mainly.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
'Cause,
amazing.
we saw, I guess, it might have been in Winfield's recordings of it, that way back, I don't know how many generations back. There was 3 or 4 people in the family, and his mother left the farm to, I think his name was John, and the rest of them didn't get anything, but one got a feather bed, and the other got a brass pot.
Yeah, I remember.
And they all got mad, and they moved to Caroline County.
Yeah.
And so after that, we kind of been separated.
Yeah.
Now, how far back do you have to go before my mother and you become
I'll show you.
connected.
Here we go, he's got it in picture mode, the way I understand it.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Here, I can move over.
That's my great-great-great-grandfather, and that's your great-great-great-great-grandfather.
And that would be
Elisha.
Elisha Trice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Let's see.
And they were out in the field moving the house, and they always tore the chimneys down. After they moved the house, they dug a hole under it and let the chimney fall. And he was in the hole, and his aunt said somebody else was in the hole, a brother of Charles, and the chimney fell on him and killed both of them.
Is that
And
right?
he was only 40 years
Pulls
old,
up next to the
Wow. Huh.
but he
truck.
had
And you can see the
had children before that happened, so.
And say again his name. What is it?
Elisha.
Elijah Trash.
Yeah,
Elisha?
Elisha.
Elisha.
It's all piled up.
That's my grandson at the end of the line right now. He's 24 now, I think.
Huh.
So he'll be married next year. That's my son.
Uh-huh.
That's me. My father.
Oh, I see.
His father.
To the right of the mill?
Yeah.
His father.
That's a big pile of corn.
And his father.
I see. That's a great picture.
And that's as far back as we could find pictures.
That's a nice thing to have. And
Yeah.
it's a,
So you got
it's a
one.
good answer because you get asked that question.
But we were on a bike ride down to Solomon's
Yeah, it's
Island
like
this
this thing
summer.
coming down.
And there was a Confederate,
Yeah, and
I mean
there's
a
the
Union
buildings here, and
prison
then
camp.
there's
They
like
kept
a-
Confederate soldiers in there. And I found a George Trace that had died at that prison
See the
camp.
cement buildings
Oh, is that
out
right?
So I
way
had
out,
no idea he was
way
in
out
our
down
family too.
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was Civil
Looks like
War.
a
Civil War.
smokestack.
He died at the prison camp.
I'll be darned.
I took a picture of the monument,
Yeah.
the part of it that had his name on it. So-
Oh, yeah.
Come on
That's
and
a-
eat, that's
That
it.
one.
That's a fine
Okay,
thing.
just-
Yeah, I got a couple spaces left for,
We're ready to eat, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
dinner.
This is our, we have American Pride, which we've taken them and spliced them down, shortened the minutes, you know, turn them into variations of one another. We have Peter and the Wolf. We have Halloween laser, 2 or 3 different Christmas laser light shows.
And these are the ones that play music to
With-
the
I'm gonna
movement
show
of
you
the
a
light.
I'm going to show you a little bit in
Oh,
a minute.
good.
And we have
And it might have been one of them. Y'all want to come in just a minute here and let you you and your wife have been here before. Your children have.
That's right.
So let's go. Y'all got through till 1 o'clock. Just give me back the call in to 1 o'clock.
All right, well, we'll keep her moving.
Well, y'all, you the gentlemen, keep them going. This comes from the place on Boyd. Oh my goodness. They come out of an old house on Boyd.
Is that right?
Yeah, they were trying to ship it, and I found this, and I bought it, they were using for wool stop. Yeah, so you got to get it right.
Well, they must have brick clay around here then somewhere.
Yeah, right, they do, this was a fire brick, you could fire a little extra hard and they changed the color.
Yeah.
And they were the best brick, but some of them didn't fire them enough, and they were a reddish brick, and the brick was soft.
Soft, yeah. Well, if we're gonna make the most of the time we got here, we're gonna have to get going.
Y'all listen to Mr. Hare, because we'll move and see a whole lot, and we can stay.
Into here?
Yeah, on the other side, about where that tree's at, right now on this side of that tree.
Shot getting them walking up the path behind him. Probably between your stills and my video, we could make a nice little tour.
Most of the brick what?
Is original.
Got one right.
And those were made of cypress. The shingles.
Oh, the
I'm
shingles?
just guessing I got the right one.
And the glasses belong to us.
There, that is a lot.
Oh, there's one under the, that's beautiful brickwork. Used to production of lime for mortar, plaster, whitewash, and stucco. And oyster shell.
Lime wash or whitewash
Yeah, I remember that.
has been and used for thousands of years at exterior and interior wall finish. It is still a very popular finish today worldwide. Lime wash, often referred to as whitewash. Jim, do you think you could help him? I think he doesn't know how to get that off. Maybe you can help him. That helps.
before the sheriff comes.
Poor Gail.
Let's get out of here before the sheriff comes and
I know.
throws us all off
That's
the
right.
jail.
The people were much shorter.
Yes. He was saying that at one point, he said when the English people came up here, they were more, the Indians were actually better nourished than the Europeans were, and they were much bigger. The Indians were much.
Okay.
Can you get a picture of the sign, Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty.
Okay, here we go, dear.
Okay.
All the old Nixon family loved this property. Well, I said, water, I said, Nancy, you're
Okay.
throwing the history. Doing that, just put you a road out. She done that. This is an old 371 barn over here, huge barn. That's where the slaves that processed the cotton, and the cotton, run the process of the grain. They're trying to save it. Nancy's a real friend. Trying to save a lot of our heritage. Getting all this.
10-4. The barn on the other side here, Sarah.
Barn.
Over here. No.
Oh.
Oh, here's the.
That was a really old barn. Mm-mm. The one in the back? This one, probably.
Oops.
I have a lot of professional people retired here. And I've got 20 or so. I got about 40 more to sell.
How about that?
That'll be the rest of my life, Rick.
Rest of what?
My life.
Yeah, go on in. Side of the run. We crossed it. This is the George Sutton property on this side of the run. They used to divide the property up by swamps, rivers, and creeks. Yeah. I was kind of wondering, to own land down here, you had to have a piece of paper that said that you had granted that land. Basically, question on grants. That was from the authority of the English government. It's basically, in the beginning, he gave it to Lord Proprietors because they were on that Portuguese government. But then when they started thinking about a colonial empire, this is lots of sold on the left. They've been sold to engineers, college professors, entrepreneurs, and managing condominiums. That's an entrepreneur. He was manufacturing truck bodies. This guy's an entrepreneur from Texas. And they're from everywhere. This guy is the left, the big house buyer from the left. He was
That's pretty, isn't it?
short safety man management.
Wow.
Waterfront property is going to be prime lots. Yeah. That's why you most of all, I think so. Up on the left here we have one of the top people from North Carolina, education government, back on the water on this, take the left here. What are we going to? This will be the Suttons Landing. And this next lot on the left, I think there's the top consultant, the top gentleman in Iraq right now. I haven't seen much of him. He's been over there. That's pretty nice. That's it. Yeah, that's Suttons Landing. Here's where you land at Suttons Landing. You be out there, you can have a sailboat. And people that just get a move in, some will be more. But that is the site of the old Suttons. When the rich, he was not that site. They had several little land, several people that owned land down here, and had little fields running out. With the old original land and where the schooners come in, I'll show you when we go back out in just a minute. Okay. I don't think I can show you about where it's at in the water, but the pier's gone now. But we're pretty close to where George Sutton on this first place. Yeah, the house is right out here about a half a mile. Right? About a mile. Dr. Olson, he's top doctor for the Navy, top executive at the top hospital in Washington. He's getting ready to build real nice. I'm on the left here. Got a 45-inch yacht once they build a slip on it.
It's just an adjacent property.
Got a dungeon for the misbehaved. And that here is bars up back, and the something that we're well to do here, when you have a place like that, you have plenty of wealth. You also had something called a mistress. You know what a mistress was? Well, he's buried with his wife on one side and his mistress on the other side. You mean in the graveyard? Okay, you take a left, please. Oh, you want to go in there? Back to the front, the left, the right front is on a pretty day. You can see the right memorial when the sun shines just right. That'll be the big memorial on the sand hill for the right property. Yeah. And the right on the right.
What did he say? The Wright brothers right around here?
Out in the
Maybe
distance.
30 degrees to your right. Where Roanoke Island been with the first settlement. They got in trouble, they run out of supplies, John White had to go back to England, they came in 1585, there was Civil War going, and 3 years to come back. During that time, he left a little bit less than 100 people on Roanoke Island, they had to go somewhere. And they were afraid, so they picked up some Indian friends, and they would move with them, and they told them for the left, they would be at the right hand. When they came back, They ran in 3 years when they got back because of the Spanish War. They ran into trouble and they had trouble with the Indians. They had the wrong ones the first time, and one of them shot one of their men, and then the next time they thought they'd run into the same group as another group. They shot one of their friends, so they didn't stand there like that.
Right.
Pardon me?
Everybody, if you can, to be a minister.
It's all volunteer clergy and
Well,
that's right.
the bishop, what is your capacity?
Well,
He's a leader of a congregation, one congregation.
Like a
Married our
minister.
daughter, among other things.
Yeah, it's like a pastor.
Well,
like a pastor.
well, the bishop is just no more than a shepherd, right?
Pretty much, that's right.
Same shepherd, but you have rules and regulations also. Yeah. And y'all are growing at a fast rate. You're getting a lot of property. Who owns all y'all's property?
The church does. Church does
They tried to
itself.
buy my farm over here past time.
Oh, they're right.